rise and grind, smoking my everyday cigar. Let's have this conversation. So this conversation is for my friends. And so I'm talking to my friends about my everyday cigar. This is the cigar that most nights, this is what I'm pulling out. I've talked about it. You know about it. I've talked about it so much. We're talking about the Joya, the Nicaragua, Antano, Connecticut. And so this is just my workhorse. It's a Connecticut that is tasty. It's a Connecticut that is flavorful. It's a Connecticut that's got some good medium body strength on here. It's a Connecticut that has all the notes that I like. It's a Connecticut, but this has just got this pleasant brown sugar. I've called this cigar syrupy. This cigar is just delicious. And so we'll talk about why this is my everyday cigar. And we'll also talk about quitting YouTube. And so I know we're gonna have a great conversation. Why is this my everyday cigar? Because it's affordable, it's available, it's something that I can actually smoke every day. It doesn't cost a lot of money. And so, sure, I wish I could smoke a Opus X. I wish I could smoke an Atabey every day, but that's just not reasonable for me. And so the price can stop a cigar from being an everyday cigar. I can find these, I can buy these by the boxes. And so I can keep these on hand. It's not some rare, limited thing that only comes out once a year. And so because it's so available, it's my everyday cigar. And it tastes good. And so it's not gonna knock me out. It's not gonna bore me. And so it's not too light, it's not too strong. And so it's at that proper, it's like Goldilocks. It ain't too hot, it ain't too cold, it's perfect. And so this is a hot summer night, I can smoke it. During winter, I can smoke it. Breakfast cigar, I can smoke it. After dinner, I can smoke it. Friends are coming over, I can smoke it. Celebration, I can smoke it. And so because it's so versatile, so it's the right price, it's the right availability, it's got the right taste. And that makes this my everyday cigar. So this cigar to me is just perfect for all those reasons that I've already said. But we're gonna talk about every day. Can I smoke this every day? And one of the things that I've learned on my journey in life, in order to be successful, you gotta figure out what can you do every day. Now there are some people who they live in the extremes. And that's why they always crash out, they always burn, they always implode. Because you gotta figure out what can you do every day. It makes no sense to say, I'm gonna work 16 hours a day, because you can't do that every day. You might be able to do it for a week or two, maybe for a season, but you cannot do that every day. It makes no sense to say, I'm gonna eat a salad, I'm gonna eat lettuce every single day to drop weight. That's not a good plan, because you might be able to do it for a little bit, but you cannot do that every day. One of the things that we're seeing with content creation, everybody's quitting. I told you everyone was going to be quitting. I said this about a year ago. Why? Because a lot of people have channel models. A lot of people are making content in a certain way that's not repeatable. They're making content in a way that you can't do every day. You might be able to do it for a month or two, maybe even a year or two, for a season or two. You might be able to do it when you're getting some hype and some buzz, but you can't do that every day, all day. And so with anything in life, just like with this cigar, you gotta find something that I can actually do all the time. It makes no sense to say I smoke Opus X and Atabey all the time. No, because that's not reasonable. What can I do every day? And as we talk about quitting YouTube, the things where we're seeing people quit, It's the things that we always said. I've been saying this for years. It's not sustainable. This is a basic cigar, a wonderful cigar, an everyday cigar. It doesn't cost me anything. I can sit here in front of you, talk about this cigar, smoke this cigar, and have conversation with you. I can do this every day. This doesn't cost me anything. It takes no effort. I can do this every day. That's why my channel is not in fear of quitting or shutting down, because I figured out what can I actually do every day that's going to be successful. You see, a lot of channels, they try to do different things. That's just not sustainable. And I've been calling it out for years, and now they're all quitting. And so let's talk about quitting YouTube. Why? Because you never figured out what can you actually do every day. As I said, this is a very affordable cigar. This is a cigar I can find anywhere. A lot of the channels that are quitting, their channel model was a model that said, let me show you rare and expensive and exotic cigars. Let me show you this cigar that you'll never be able to get. Let me go out and show you this expensive box of Opus X. Let me show you this cigar that is just so expensive and rare. That might get you some views here and there, but can you do that every day? How many videos like that can you possibly do? How many times can you show people all the Opus X that you have in your collection? That's a model that when we see channels doing that, and we see it in whiskey, we see it in cigars, when you see people doing the rare, the exotic, the expensive, it gets some views. It does get some views. But in a year or two, those channels are quitting. Why? Because that's not sustainable. That's not something you can do every day. And it's not something that people want to watch. People don't engage in product. People engage in personality. After you've shown them the rare, exotic, then they want to know, what do you have to say? Who are you? Are you anything beyond the rare, exotic products? People don't watch content for products. They watch hoping to engage with a personality. And so whenever you see channels that they get all these views, but they don't actually grow, that's because people watch to see the product, but they never actually engage with the personality. And if you don't have people actually engaging with your personality, you're gonna struggle. And one day you're gonna do one of those videos where you say, I'm quitting. Personality, that you can do every day. But products, you can't bet on products. And if you do, you're gonna find yourself quitting. This cigar is just smoking so well. It's smoking like a chimney. This cigar is smoking itself. And so I put a V-cut on this thing, and there's just smoke, flavor, taste, experience just blasting out of this. I can do this every day, based on the cost, based on the availability, based on the taste. The other thing that I noticed a lot of channels did, and now they're quitting, were the channels who their model was based on controversy. We all saw the channels where every season there was some kind of drama, there was some kind of beef, there was something. That will get you some views in the short term. Yeah, people, we like to see a train wreck. We love to see the accident. We love to look and see what's going on. But after a while, after all the controversy, people want to know, do you have any content? Is there anything substantial to you? After all the beef and after all the drama, who are you? Do you bring any value, any worth? Are you here to help? Are you here to lighten our day? Or is it just controversy? You see, what I do, this is just something I can do every day. I can put a smile on your face every day just by smiling and being positive. But for those who like to play in controversy, you can't do that every day. People don't want to see it every day. And how much controversy can you possibly stir up? That model is not sustainable. And those who, that's how they built their channel, on drama and beef and controversy, now bit by bit, they're doing those videos that's saying, I'm quitting YouTube. Why? Because their model was not based on something that they can actually do every day. This cigar, I can definitely smoke every day. Glad I get these by the boxes. Last thing that we'll cover, that I notice all the channels who are now quitting, all the channels who now, YouTube, their models were just not sustainable. Either they focus on controversy or they focus on products. The last thing I'll tell you are the channels that just focus on people. If you notice one thing with this channel, it's me, it's the personality, it's my thoughts, my ideas, is what I bring you and me. There were channels out there who their model was the model that says, let me bring a whole bunch of other people on my platform. And then when I bring other people, then people are gonna watch, because they're gonna watch to see those other people. That's a model that a lot of people like to employ. Let me bring somebody else on my show. And all the people who watch that person are now gonna watch me. I remember as a kid watching David Letterman. I remember watching Arsenio Hall. You didn't watch those shows because of the guest. You watched those shows because of the personalities. You wanted to see David Letterman. You wanted to see Arsenio Hall. You wanted to know their monologue and their jokes and their thoughts, their ideas. You can't build a platform based on having a whole bunch of guests. And you can't build a platform based on being on everybody else's platform. I've grown this channel, and I've never been on anyone else's channel. I've grown this channel, and I've never had a guest on this channel. The reason this channel has grown, because what I'm doing, I can do every day. It's just me. It's my actual thoughts. And if you don't have original thoughts, if you don't have real, genuine thoughts, if you don't have authentic thoughts, if all you can do is bring people and hope people watch because they're gonna watch this person or that person, that's not a sustainable model. If you want to grow and survive, you got to figure out, what can I do that I can do every day? It can't be people. It's got to be you, the person. It can't be controversy. It's got to be your content. It can't be products. It's got to be your actual personality. You see, people aren't stupid. They'll watch something for a second and it'll get some growth, some views. But eventually, when people see that there's no content, there's no personality, then they just stop watching. And when they stop watching, that's when you get one of those videos of why I'm quitting YouTube. But to my friends out there, we're not quitting anytime soon. Why? Because what we do is what we can do every day. Just like this cigar, it's a wonderful cigar I can smoke every day. It's not expensive. It's not rare and hard to find. There's nothing controversial about it. It's just a good cigar that you can smoke every day. And so if you want to be successful, you got to figure out, what can you do every day? Not every now and again, but every day. And once you figure that out, you don't have to worry about quitting anything. And so to my friends, we just wanted to have this conversation with you in the midst of everybody quitting. It's because they never figured out, what can they actually do every day? We thank you that every day we drop a video, you watch it. Every day we go live, you watch it. We thank you for your support. And if you aren't part of this, you might as well jump on here, because before you know it, everyone's gonna quit, and this will probably be the last YouTube cigar content channel left. We're not quitting. because we're doing what comes easy. We're doing what comes natural. And so if you want to be part of this, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, let me know what is your everyday cigar. Join our Patreon, where we're constantly uploading content there, because we can make content every day. Like, comment, subscribe, but most importantly, you got to rise and grind every day.